Hey, thanks for swinging in for a little THG. This is our old cat tree, and as you can see, it is time for a new one. So I'm going to show you guys how to make this cat tree that uses virtually no floor space, but cats absolutely love it, and it looks beautiful when you're all done. This is like our little cat corner. So the first thing I have to do is take the old cat tree down. And you'll see right here, this is a big thick cardboard roll that rolls of carpet come on from carpet stores. This is what they roll the carpet on when it is shipped to them. And so I went and asked a local hardware store if I could take, if they had any of these left over, I could use. Some places use these for things themselves, but this one I happened to get for free. I just needed to do a little repair. And it's a little bit smaller than my other one, so I'm actually making 2 cat trees today. So I cut off the end so it's got a nice flat end. Now here's the kind of carpet knife that I used. It was just like one of those razor knife things. And I opted to get a brand new one for this project because there is nothing like a brand new razor. It'll slice right through the carpet and make your job so much easier. So it was worth the $10 for that. So far I have $10 into the razor knife and a free carpet cardboard roll tube. Now this is a remnant piece of carpet that I went and picked up from a local carpet store. It cost me $25, and it was either a 6 or an 8 by 10. I think it was an 8 by 10 piece. So I slice all the plastic off of it. And I roll it out and set some weights on it. This has got a chair on this corner and I don't know, something else on the other corner. Now this is the old cat tree. I did try to peel off all the old carpet on it. However, I could not get it off without ruining the tube. And I wanted to reuse this tube because I couldn't find another one this size or one that was larger that I could cut to this size that was for free and available on this day. So I opted, because there was no smells. I don't have cats that potty in the house or anything like that. So there was no bad smells. It was just torn up. So I opted to just leave the carpet on instead of risking ripping up the tube. So I measured out what I would need. And then I marked it. Put a big thick cutting board underneath so I won't cut my floor. And you can see how easily this razor knife slices right through the carpet. I can pick it right up and slice right down, and it is giving me no trouble at all whatsoever. And I just absolutely love this because it saves your hands and a lot of frustration. So it was worth the $10 to me. Plus this pack, it came with 2 knives, and each knife came with 2 extra blades. So that's not bad for $10. So I cut the first piece of carpet out that would go on the tube. And then I brought in the smaller tube and measured it. And then I was able to cut all the carpet for that as well. Then I went and got the carpet pieces cut out for the shelving that goes next to the cat trees. Now, later I found out that it was just easier to take off the carpeting that was already there and measure the carpet for the new using the old, but it took me a little while to figure that one out. I ended up having to cut that carpet twice because I just wasn't measuring it right. So anyway, I finally got that done and rolled up the leftover carpet, swept up the floor so I could go to the next step. And that is attaching the carpet onto the rolls. Now, on this first roll that had no carpeting on it yet, I was able to use a staple gun and, of course, my liquid nails. That is the key to your project, is liquid nails. That's the first most important thing. Staples on this type of tube, they are not going to be secure enough to withstand a lot of jumping and climbing and scratching from cats. So they're a good thing to help hold the carpet in place while the liquid nails dries, but you don't want to depend on just staples. I always use the liquid nails because then the carpet goes on and it does not come off. Now, if you do not have tubes or can't get them or whatever, you can also use 2 2x4s that are nailed together. You could also use a 4x4. All you have to do is measure it from the floor to the ceiling. And you want to get it as close to exact as you can so it fits nice and snug in there. That helps to keep it stable. Now you can see I put the liquid nails on and then I staple this onto the tube. And I go all the way down and do that first side, covering all of it in liquid nails, and then stapling it up. Ideally, I should have had the heavier duty staples than what I did have. I just used what I had left that I could find. But they did the job. They worked for what I needed. However, you'll notice when I get the carpet wrapped all the way around the tube and it becomes a double layer of carpet, the staples will no longer go through. They aren't long enough. So that's where duct tape comes in handy. You can also cut the carpet more to fit exact and then staple them together on the edges, but I didn't go to all that. I just let it be double layered. So you'll see in a few minutes that the way I'm able to hold the carpet on once it gets onto the double thickness is by using duct tape. However, I didn't have duct tape, which is what I normally use when I make my cat trees, but I did have Gorilla Tape, so I used Gorilla Tape. I would highly recommend that you don't use Gorilla Tape because that was extra hard to pull off of the carpet, and it just added a lot of unnecessary effort that just didn't need to be there. If I had just used regular duct tape, painter's tape would have probably even worked if you have a thick enough roll. It has to be at least like 3 inches wide. So every time that I finish with that one section, I then go to the next and I add another line of the liquid nails so that it is glued on all the way around. Cats are crazy little monsters sometimes, and when they get going and they run and they leap and jump and play, scratch and climb, they can be pretty hard on it. So having it glued and secured really well is going to make the difference of how long your cat tree lasts. I would never recommend using used carpet from a different household or somebody else, even though it would be better than nothing, but you never know if you're getting a used carpet that already has other animals that have soiled on it or whatever, and if you bring that into your house, even if you think it's clean, you could cause a problem with your own animals wanting to mark their territory and urinate by it or spray on it, because they will smell other foreign animals that they don't know. So I would recommend using brand new remnants, and you can get them fairly cheap. This one, like I said, was $25. And for the amount that I got for $25, it was really a great deal. It's not a super high quality, high expensive carpet, but it's absolutely perfect for this job. So now you can see I get to the double layers, and there's no way that would stay on without a little bit of help from the duct tape, but the duct tape will come off as soon as it's dried. So it only stays on for about 24 hours. So I make sure that everywhere I put the duct tape, I put extra liquid nails. Now that one is done, so now I'm going to go up to the shelves and pull off the old carpet and the old tape that I had on there, because I want to create a really beautiful, clean, crisp looking area. And so I wanted all the carpet to match and be the same. So I used the same carpet to make carpeting for the shelves for the cats. So now I go to the old cat tree that I had, and like I said, because there is no bad smells or anything on it, I could reuse it. It was just torn apart. But it started out as a double layer, and there was no way I could get staples into that. So I used old screws, and they worked just fine. I didn't need very many. I think I probably only used, 10 for the whole open edge there. But they worked enough that they held the carpet in place while I was wrapping the tube. And when I got all the way around, I again added the duct tape, and now that's where those are going to sit for the next 24 hours and dry. So now I'm going to finish this shelving, and I finally put the carpet up there that I had cut and set it up there, and then just used the pen and marked where I needed to go and cut it again. And then I glued it on with the liquid nails so the carpeting will not fall off when the cats jump on it. And I want to add right here that the liquid nails was about $4 a tube. And when I need to vacuum it, I can reach up there and vacuum it, and it won't come off and cause a problem. So now I'm just scrubbing off the baseboards and vacuuming that area. And then I'm going to wash the walls so that whole corner is going to have a whole brand new, crisp, clean look, which is perfect timing because it's time to do spring cleaning anyway. So this section of the house will now be done. So now it's been 24 hours. I put back on my work clothes and went to town on this post. I tried to put it up at first, and I needed to trim some carpeting off the very ends, on both ends, that were preventing it from going up. So I made it flush with the tube. Then I was able to put the post up there. Now I remove the duct tape. In this case, it was the Gorilla Tape. And I add those little straps. You can see a white one at the very top, and you can see a white one at the very bottom. And I cut them to size to be able to go from one of the floorboards around to the other one, or a stud in the wall. They have to be into a stud in the wall, and then you screw them in. And that's what holds your posts up to make sure that it doesn't fall. And there is the cat corner. That is pretty much finished. I'm still going to add a few more things, and I'll do another video, a second video of the other things that I do to add. But for now, that's all I'm going to do. And you can see it looks so much better, so much cleaner. And basically this project cost me about $45 in total. And it's using no floor space, and the cats love it. So anyway, once again, we find out it's the little things in life that can really make a great difference in our lives, or the lives of our animals and pets, friends and neighbors. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful to you. Please give it a like and share it as well. It's always free to do that. Let me know if you've ever made a cat tree, or if you've ever created a design similar to this for your pets. Any tips or tricks or ideas that you've got, leave those in the comments too. I'd love to know them, and I'll bet some of the viewers would really like that too. It's always fun to learn information from others. There you can see Olive is very content. There's also another shelf, so she has options, or if another one of our cats wants to go up there, they can join her in the fun. Cats love to be up high, and it's a lot of fun to watch your cats be acrobats. I'm so glad you guys keep watching my videos. Thank you so much. Leave a comment of where you guys are watching from, what part of the world you're in, what state or country. That would be fun. I'd love to know where you're all from. as always, you guys, thank you so much for coming back time and time again. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.